Susu. What have you sniffed out there, Susu? You ran off so suddenly. What? Oh, no wonder you bolted out the door. Looks like we found someone in need. Hello there, stranger. You must be a new villager. I've never seen you out by my hut before. What in the world happened to you? Ah, got lost picking berries, huh? Did the bushes attack you? There's so many scratches on your face and arms. And the rain hasn't begun, yet you're soaking wet. I see. Yep, you gotta look out for the riverbank. The berries growing over it are the sweetest and most plentiful. But one wrong step and, well, looks like you found out. That's a pretty bad goose egg on your noggin too. You seeing things okay? Is there one or two of me? Okay then, you're not concussed, but... Oh, shh. It's okay. Shh, don't cry. Oh dear, you poor thing. This must be so dreadful for you. You must have been so frightened wandering around in the unfamiliar woods, with the dusk growing darker and darker. Since you're the new villager, I'll bet no one even knows you're gone, huh? Why, it just brings me to tears, imagining what you must have suffered. Well, no longer, I say. My hut is around the corner, just past those twin trees over there. If you come with me, I'll give you a hot meal and a safe place to shelter for the night. I would advise against that. The woods may be quite the lovely place during the day, but when night falls, it can become outright horrendous. And that's not even accounting for the storm that's about to break over our heads. If you try to head back to the village now, you might end up lost again. Or even worse, dead. And I would feel ever so terrible if that happened. Please, join me for dinner. Susu and I would quite appreciate your company. There's a good boy. Now, come along. We don't have much time before the storm clouds reach us. Watch your step. The roots here are quite gnarly. They'll trip you when you least expect it. Come on, Susu. We don't need that spice of awesome right now. Save it for hunting days. Oh, yes. Susu can understand me, just like I can understand her. She's my familiar. She sniffs out the most potent herbs and roots and such for my potions. Why? You didn't know? Why, I'm a witch boy. They must have mentioned me in the village. No? Orian, the witch boy? My. You must be newer to the area than I thought. Everyone knows me and Susu. You can call me Ori if you'd like. What's your name? It's a pleasure to meet you, even under these circumstances. I hope I can give you a true woodland welcome. Alright, here we are. Home sweet home. I called it a hut, but I've given it quite the makeover since taking it over from the old hermit. Now it's my own personal paradise. Here, just leave your shoes by the door and go warm up by the fire in the kitchen. We'll move to the main room fireplace when I've made you a bowl of soup. I wasn't expecting visitors, but I keep a tidy house for a witch boy. Here, take off your socks and as many outer layers you're comfortable removing. We'll hang them near the fire to dry. Oh, and before I forget, try not to touch anything on the table over there. I'm in the middle of brewing a very delicate potion. Even the smallest of disturbances could prove disastrous. This? Oh no, this is just my regular stove. You're insanely lucky that I've been making this soup all evening. It's closer to a stew or chili, really. So many yummy ingredients and warm flavors. Here you are. Get some of that in your belly. And here, a slice of freshly baked bread. Would you like any butter? I just traded for it yesterday. No? Suit yourself. How is it? Not too spicy for you, I hope? I like my stews on the spicier side, especially when there's a storm brewing. It helps warm up the insides. That being said, if it's too spicy for you, just let me know. It's perfect? Aw, you are a sweet thing. Your flattery has made my cheeks go red. No, it's not just the spices, handsome. But truly, nothing like a good warm meal on a rainy night. Though, it's made better with proper company. Here, Susu, here's your stew as well. Eat up. You've earned it. That's my good girl. My good piggy. By the way, forgive me for being nosy, but I've just got a glimpse of those berries in your basket. I assumed you knew, but if you're not from around these woods, I should warn you. Those lovely purple berries can actually be poisonous if not prepared properly. Oh, don't fret. They're only highly poisonous in large doses. If you ate half of that collection, you'd be in danger. But given that your lips and the tips of your fingers are still a lovely, healthy shade of pink, I don't think you've anything to worry about. And even if you did eat too many berries, you're in a witch boy's territory. I know my poisons, and I especially know my poison remedies. That's why the villagers like me so much. Not only do I provide medicines and potions and the like, but I can cure small incidents like bad stomach, headaches, joint pain, all that. Didn't you have a local witch, warlock, or witch boy where you came from? I see. I don't have much respect for those like me who overcharge for their services. Trading and foraging are the lifeblood of our existence as hermits. That's the code, the dream. It shouldn't be turned into a business, but to each their own. For now though, I suggest you limit your foraging in the surrounding areas. If only so that you don't keel over in an untimely manner. The world would be a darker place without your presence. So, tell me, handsome, what made you move to this village? It's quite a nice little spot, I'll admit. I'd love to live closer, but Unfortunately, many of my rituals and experiments require a more isolated area. I wouldn't be part of the hermit profession without living apart from everyone else. We don't do it because we hate people. We simply must because of all our brewing and spellcasting. Don't want any accidents to bring harm to the innocents. If you'll forgive me though, you seem a little bit classy for this place. It's a very quiet little area of the world. A lad like you would fit in somewhere busier, I'd say. Ah, you moved specifically for the quiet, hmm? Needed some peace? I can understand. One of the benefits of a life in the woods is the peace that comes with the natural quietness of solitude. You running from something? Okay, it's none of my business. Sorry. You don't have to tell me. But if it's peace and quiet you're after, you'll find it here for sure. The townsfolk are quite friendly, if a bit in each other's business at times. I guarantee that come Yule, you'll be best of friends with all of them. From old Mr. Jenkins to little Sarah. You'll also know all of the juiciest bits of gossip. I haven't known many outsiders who settled here and then decided to leave. Susu and I are glad to welcome you as part of the village. Oh dear, your smile is so sweet, but your hands are shaking. Here, try to eat a bit more stew. I want to see you eat at least half of it before you talk again. No arguing with me, handsome. Gods only know how long you've been stumbling through the woods tonight, and I'd rather not have you shivering and starving while you're under my roof. The quicker you eat that, the quicker we can settle into the main room. I'll put the kettle on for some tea while you eat that. There's a good man. Here we go. You just sit right there on the sofa. Let me wrap you up in this soft blanket. And then this quilt. It's super comfy, isn't it? I treated a local artisan for it. She makes the warmest, most intricate quilts around. Here, put your feet up on the stool so the fire can heat up those cold toes. Hang tight for a sec. I'll be right back with your tea. Get your hands around this mug. It'll keep your fingers nice and warm. I made sure the tea wasn't scalding either, so you can sip it right away. It's a nice blend of earthy and sweet. No, Susu, you know how this tea hypes you up. I'm not having you scampering around here like a wildcat again. Tea is not for familiars. While you enjoy that, please let me wash down all these scratches with a cleansing potion. You'll thank me in the morning. I promise. If I go one arm at a time, you can still drink your tea while I'm applying the potion. Just like I thought. These are the hands of someone unused to forest dwelling. So soft and My. These nails are enviable for how well manicured they are. I'm so intrigued to know where you came from and why you ended up all the way out here. But I promised I wouldn't pry, so I won't. Susu, don't be rude. I said we wouldn't be nosy, and we're not going to. That's final. I swear, you give me one more pun about your piggy little nose, and I'm locking you outside the hut tonight. You can nose your way into another warm place to sleep for the night. Oh, of course you know I'd never do that to you. Silly pig, I love you too much for that. You like the tea? Thank you. I can't really claim credit for it though. It's my mother's tea blend. Like you, I'm not originally from this village. I moved here 6 years back, so it feels like home now. But the region where I grew up, the weather was constantly abysmal. We were lucky to get any ounce of sunshine. With so many gray and rainy days, it was inevitable that the chill would leach into your bones. But my mother had this special tea mix made from plants that only grow locally to my homeland. It's like the area itself knew what its people needed and provided the right leaves for a warming tea. When the weather was particularly bad, Mother would make it just for me. I miss her a lot. She could have come with me, but I had to follow my own path. She wants me to live as freely and as happily as I can, pursuing my craft. So I try to achieve that every day, to make her proud. You'd like her. She's the kindest woman you'll ever meet. On the rainiest of days, her smile was brighter than any sun we were missing. I can't wait to write and tell her about you. The handsome newcomer who was lost outside my hut. She's going to come visit one of these days, finally meet Susu and the rest of the village. But it's so far for her to travel at her age. I'm sorry to ramble on like that, handsome. I'm glad you're enjoying Mother's tea blend. She sent it to me a while ago, but it keeps very well. Sounds like the wind is picking up. Can you hear it howling? It does sound a little ominous, but we're safe in here. No harm will come to you under my spelled roof, and that's a promise. For now, I think it might be a good idea if you try to sleep. You've had quite the rough day, and you deserve rest. Here, I'll put your tea on the table right next to you. Go ahead and lie down. There. Nice and cozy in front of the fire. Oh, Susu. No, you can't sleep on top of our guests. Get down. Thank you. Good pig. Now, you're dry, warm, and your belly's filled with warming, healing food and tea. The last thing to do is stab a bit of potion onto this ugly bump on your forehead. While I do that, just relax to that soft quilt. Close your eyes. Let yourself drift away. I'll be here if you need anything. Good night, dear stranger.